Bonjour to le monde. This is Blast of Citrus here with another PO battle, and it's against a guy named Zuben on Standard OU, and I made a new rain team, so let's get right to it. I lead off with my LG, leads off with his Ferrothorn. I go with the Volt Switch, and I get a critical hit, which, I don't know, it didn't really matter in the end, but I go into the Fort, just to take Ferrothorn's Power Whip if it has a Power Whip. But he does set up the Stealth Rocks. I set up my own Stealth Rocks because I know he's going to switch, and he goes into Glysker. So yeah, here I'm going to switch into my Rotom Water, and because I know it walls the shit out of Glysker. So yeah, here I go with the Volt Switch, predicting him to switch, but he actually goes for Protect. I guess predicting that. Or maybe just seeing what I wanted to do. But yeah, here I go with the Hydro Pump, predicting him to predict me to go for Volt Switch again. So yeah, I just went with the Hydro Pump. I fainted at one hit. Ha! So yeah, here I go with the Volt Switch on the Ferrothorn, and I'm going to go into my Dufford again, because I wanted to set up some Toxic Spikes, because I knew Ferrothorn was perfect setup bait. So yeah, here unfortunately though he does go for a good play, goes for the Leech Seed, which is not very good for me. But yeah, here I go with I go with the Rapid Spin. Knock away the Leech Seed and the Stealth Rocks, which is kind of good for me, I guess. But yeah, here I switch into my Rotom Water, just to take whatever that Politoed has, except maybe if it had Hidden Power Grass. But no, here I go with the Volt Switch, as he switches back into Ferrothorn. And I go back into my Duffort! And yeah, here again, I try to set Toxic Spikes. I do get one layer up. He gets his Stealth Rocks up. So yeah, it was just an entry hazard turn. So yeah, here he's gonna switch into his Tornadus. I'm going to switch to, I think, or no, I go with the second layer of Toxic Spikes, and then I switch into Jenny Craig, and he's gonna go for the Hurricane, and it does a shit ton of damage. Fuck, I don't know, like, I didn't have any Pokemon to take a Hurricane. That's the problem. Like, so I thought Dragonite would have been the best option. But yeah, it still did a shit ton. And for some reason he switched into Ferrothorn. I felt he should have stayed in and went with another Hurricane. But I don't know. But yeah, here he goes with the Leech Seed. I went with the Hurricane. It does just under half. He goes with Protect to try and stall me out, but I go with the Roost. And here, I think I switched. Nope. It was later. I went with the Thunder, which was a big mistake on my part. Even though he does get Parahacks on this turn, I learned later that he does carry Gyro Ball. Because all this time I thought he carried Power Whip, but no, he carries Gyro Ball. So of course that's going to do a shit ton to my Dragonite. So that really sucks. Here I'm going to go for the Roost again, as he does get Parahacks, which kind of worked out good for me. So here I'm going to switch, I think, into my Let It Rain. And the main reason is because I wanted to go for the Focus Blast on the Ferrothorn, since it is Specs and all, but Zuben decided to switch into Starmie. And I'm going to perform a double switch into my LG to take the Thunder, and yeah, that did a lot. I didn't expect Starmie to go for the Thunder, but yeah, it does a shit ton to Rotom Water, so I just decided to leave him in as Death Fodder, because yeah, at that low health, he can't be of any use anymore. So I'm going to switch into my Scizor. Bug that Reaps. And he's going to go for that Bullet Punch, Choice Band. It's easily going to knock out the Starmie. So yeah, here he's going to switch into his own Scizor. And I'm going to go into Duffort. Since it's defensively bulky and stuff, it can take anything from a Scizor. But it is a Swords Dance set, which kind of sucks. A Swords Dance Scizor is not a really good Pokemon to my team, so yeah, I'm gonna switch into my Toxicroak, and Here I'm going to go for the Drain Punch, I think, just straight for the Drain Punch. As he gets a little greedy, goes with the +6 Swords Dance there. And I get a critical hit with the Drain Punch, but in the end it didn't really matter. It would have mattered if I went for Drain Punch on this turn and KO'd the Scizor, but I did not. I predicted him to go for a Bullet Punch or something. But yeah, that kind of sucks. So here I went with a sub, predicting him to go for another Roost. He goes for the Bullet Punch. I go for another Drain Punch. He fades my sub, and yeah, Drain Punch does absolutely nothing normally, so that kind of sucks. So I'm just going to let my Toxicroak die here to a Bullet Punch. And I'm going to go into my Politoed because I know he can at least live a Bullet Punch. And if he didn't go for Bullet Punch, I would have outsped him. So yeah, he did a decent chunk to my Politoed, but at least I was able to knock him out with a Hydro Pump. And here I'm going to switch into my Dufflet. And I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin, I think, because I really want to get rid of those rocks, because it definitely wrecks my Dragonite and, of course, my Politoed, who's at low health. So yeah, he went with the Leech Seed here, went with the Rapid Spin. But yeah, here I'm going to go with the Volt Switch into my Politoed, I think, and or no, Dragonite rather. I thought it was Politoed because I had the Focus Blast, but no, it was Dragonite. So yeah, I went with the Roost here just to get my multi-scale back and all that. But yeah, here he goes with Leech Seed, which has really annoyed me the full battle. So yeah, oh well. Here I'm gonna go back to Dufflet, and he gets a pair of hacks, which was kind of lucky on my part. But yeah, here I go with the Rapid Spin, and I don't know, it was kind of a mistake going with Rapid Spin on Ferrothorn because of the Iron Barbs and shit, but meh. I'm going to go into my Politoed here, and I'm going to go for the Focus Blast. He's going to go Protect, and he did set up another layer of rocks. So I'm going to have to be forced to Rapid Spin again. So yeah, here I'm going to go into my Scizor, and I'm going to go for the, or no, I don't. I go back into Fortress, and he gets Parahacks again. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Rapid Spin here, and my Fortress is almost dead, so it's not looking very good for me. So yeah, here I go with the Volt Switch, I think. No, I just switch into Politoed. He goes for the rocks again. I go for the Focus Blast on this turn. It does a shit ton. Not quite enough to KO the Ferrothorn though, and he does get Parahacks. And here he moves first again for some reason, I don't know why. But he does get Parahacks again, and I hit him with the Focus Blast. So that was kind of good. So yeah, here he has Tornadus now. I'm just gonna let him kill me off with a Hurricane, since I can't really do anything with Politoed anymore. But he did his job. So yeah, here I'm gonna go into my Scizor. I'm gonna go for that Bullet Punch, feint the Tornadus. And his last Pokemon is Politoed. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the Bullet Punch, do a decent chunk to that Politoed. But he's gonna kill me off with the Hydro Pump here. So that kind of sucks. I have 2 Pokemon left. I'm gonna send in my Fortress, but it dies to entry hazards. So that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, here I go into Dragonite, and he feints me with a Hydro Pump. He gets a critical hit, and I think that mattered, because I was convinced I was going to live a hit. But yeah, that's how the game goes. You have hacks here and there. But yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys liked the battle. Like, comment, sub, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out!